Hi friends, I Y Narasimha Rao. Today we are discussing important topic in chemical bond. Important topic in chemical bond. Okay, in this video the main contents are what is ionic bond and what are the factors which affect the formation of ionic bond and what are the properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compound. Okay, these are the main contents of this video. Okay, let's we discuss what is ionic bond. If the bond is formed between the two atoms by the transfer of electrons, are called ionic bond. Okay, the bond is formed by the transfer of electrons is called ionic bond. For example, the bond between the sodium chloride, sodium and chlorine atom is considered as a ionic bond. Okay, here one electron is transferred from sodium to chlorine like this. Due to this sodium attain positive charge, that chlorine attains negative charge. Okay, and in most of the cases, due to the transfer of electrons, the resulting ions attain noble gas configuration. This is called inert gas configuration. In some cases, they attain pseudo inert gas configuration. Okay, so most of the cases, the ions attain either noble gas configuration or inert gas configuration or pseudo inert gas configuration. Okay, so like this. For example, after transfer of electron, this so Na plus ions also attain noble gas configuration. Noble gas configuration means 8 electrons are present in the outermost orbit, then it is considered as a noble gas configuration. All noble gas elements having 8 electrons in their orbit, that's why they maintain the stability. Okay, like that all elements to attain that octet configuration to gain stability, that's why they are mutually sharing or transfer the electron from one atom to another atom. Okay, in this ionic bond, electrons are transferred from the one atom to another atom. But in case of covalent bond, the electrons are mutually sharing. Electrons are mutually sharing between the two atoms in a molecule. Okay, by sharing the electrons, they attain the noble gas configuration. But in case of ionic bond, by the transfer of electrons, they attain the noble gas configuration. Okay, see, similarly, the electronic configuration of chlorine is also 3s2 3p6. Both ions attain the noble gas configuration. Okay, and what are the factors affect the formation of ionic bond? Okay, the formation of ionic bond is related to the ease of formation of cation and ease of formation of anion. It means after formation of cation and anion, they combine together to form ionic bond. Okay, the formation of ionic bond depends upon formation of ease of formation of cation and ease of formation of anion. Okay, we discuss what are the factors which affect the formation of cation and what are the factors which affect the formation of anion. Okay, these two are depends upon the following factors. They are, the first one is ionization enthalpy, second one is electron affinity, and third one is lattice enthalpy. These three factors which affect the formation of ease of formation of cation and ease of formation of anion. Okay, the first one is ionization enthalpy. You know that ionization enthalpy means the amount of energy required to remove an electron. The amount of energy required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit of the isolated atom is called ionization enthalpy or ionization energy or ionization potential. Okay, here this ionization enthalpy affect the formation of cation or formation of anion. Okay, it means the ionization energy of electropositive element should be low. It means the element which have low IP value, it can easily form positive ion. It is nothing but cation. Okay. Similarly, the electronegative element should be high. The IP value of electronegative element should be high. It means the element which have more IP value then easily form anion. Okay. So according to this, the ion which having low IP value can easily form cation. The atom which having more IP value can easily form anion. For example, sodium easily forms ionic bond than calcium. Why? Because this sodium having low IP value than calcium. Okay, among this sodium and this calcium, sodium easily form ionic bond than calcium. Why? Because the IP value of sodium is less than calcium. Okay, that's why sodium Na plus ion easily formed than Ca plus 2 ion. Okay, similarly, fluorine is easily form ionic bond than chlorine. Why? Because the electronegativity of where the IP value of fluorine is higher than that of the chlorine. Okay, like this, here fluorine easily form ionic bond than chlorine. Why? Because fluorine having more IP value than chlorine, like this. Okay. Similarly, the next one is electron affinity. Okay, electron affinity means the amount of energy released when the addition of an electron to the outermost orbit is called electron affinity. According to this electron affinity, the quantitative value of electron affinity of electronegative element should be high. It means the element which have more electron affinity value then easily form ionic bond. Here chlorine easily form ionic bond, then bromine, iodine and also fluorine. Okay, even though fluorine having more electronegative value, but fluorine can easily form ionic bond. Why? Because electron affinity value of the elements present in a group decreased from top to bottom, but in every group the second element having more electron affinity than first element. That's why chlorine having more electron affinity than chlorine. Due to this, chlorine can easily form ionic bond. Why? Because due to the small size of fluorine, there is a large repulsions between the electrons. So F minus is unstable than Cl minus ion. Okay, electronegativity is more, but electron affinity is less. Periodic table, fluorine is the highest electronegative element, but chlorine is the highest electron affinity element. Okay, like that. So according to electron affinity value, chlorine can easily form ionic bond than remaining all halogen elements. Okay, and next one is lattice enthalpy. The energy required to completely separate 1 mole of ionic solid into its ions is called lattice enthalpy. It means the energy required for 1 mole of this NaCl into 1 mole of Na plus ions plus 1 mole of Cl minus ions is called, that energy is called lattice enthalpy. Okay, here lattice enthalpy is directly proportional to charge of ion and inversely proportional to size of an ion. According to this, lattice enthalpy is affected by charge of the ion and size of the ion. These two factors affect the lattice enthalpy. It is a very, very important point. Okay, and next one is, what are the properties or characteristics of ionic compounds? Generally, ionic compounds are usually crystalline structure with high stability and high density. Okay, they are good conductors of electricity in fused state or aqueous solution. But in case of solid state, the crystalline NaCl doesn't produce any conductivity. It acts as a conductor. It acts as insulator. Sorry. In case of solid or crystalline NaCl, it acts as an insulator. But that NaCl, crystalline NaCl is dissolved in liquid like aqueous solutions, it acts as a good conductor, exhibit amazing conductivity property due to the presence of free ions. Free ions. But in case of solid or crystalline state, all ions are come closer to each other. They are held by strong electrostatic force of attraction. Due to this, in case of crystalline state, this ionic compound doesn't exhibit any conductivity. But in case of aqueous solutions or fused state, due to the presence of free mobilized ions, they exhibit amazing conductivity. They exhibit amazing conductivity. And the next one is they are soluble in polar solvents and insoluble in non-polar solvents. We know that polar compounds are soluble in polar solvents, non-polar compounds are soluble in non-polar solvents. So ionic compounds are polar compounds. That's why they are soluble in polar solvents like HCl, water, like that. Water is also polar. So these are soluble in polar solvents. And next one is ionic compounds are non-rigid, non-directional and do not exhibit space isomerism. Okay, but covalent compounds are directional, they exhibit space isomerism. But ionic compounds are non-directional, that's why they do not exhibit the space isomerism. And moreover, they have high melting and boiling points. How? High melting and boiling points. Okay. Here, the solubility of the ionic compounds depends upon force of attraction, dielectric constant and lattice enthalpy and also hydration enthalpy. Solubility is inversely proportional to lattice enthalpy. It means lattice enthalpy is increased, solubility of compound is decreased and hydration enthalpy is increased, solubility is also increased. Okay, these are the factors affect the solubility of ionic compounds. Solubility of ionic compounds. Okay, clear. Next, this is the very important point here. The lattice enthalpy depends upon, already we discussed, depends upon size of ions and charge of the ions. Okay, size of the ions as well as the charge of the ions. Okay, here according to this point, if the cation size is comparable with the size of anion, the cation size is comparable with the size of anion, the cation size will influence the lattice energy. Okay, if cation size is comparable with anion, then only it can influence the lattice enthalpy. How it is influenced means the lattice energy decreases much more than hydration energy with increase the size of cation. With increase the size of cation, then solubility will increases down the group. Okay, from top to bottom, lattice energy and hydration energy both are decreased. Both are decreased. Here, due to the large size of cation, due to the large size of or comparable size of cation with anion, that cation size will influence this lattice enthalpy. Here, in that group, lattice energy decreases much more than hydration energy. Both are decreased, but lattice enthalpy is decreased much more than hydration enthalpy. That's why solubility is increased. Solubility is increased from top to bottom in groups. Okay, the best example is this NaCl. Both are in comparable size. Both are in the Na plus ion and Cl minus ion are in comparable size. Similarly, KCl, CaCl also comparable size. Due to the comparable size of cation with that anion, that cation size influence the lattice enthalpy. Due to this, from top to bottom, the lattice enthalpy value is decreased much more than hydration enthalpy value. Due to this, solubility is increased. Solubility is increased. Okay, very familiar question. Okay, and next one is, if the size of anion is large compared to that of the size of cation. If the size of anion is large compared to that of the size of cation, then the lattice energy remains constant within the group, but hydration energy is decreased. That's why solubility of that compound is also decreased down the group. This is observed in sulfates and carbonates of second group elements like alkaline earth metals. Okay, the best example is CaCO3. Here the size of calcium is small when compared to that of the CO3 minus ion. Okay, this is also observed in case of Mg CO3, similarly BeCO3 and CaCO3, like that, SrCO3, BaCO3, and also in case of sulfates BeSO4, MgSO4, CaSO4 and strontium and barium sulfate. Okay, here the solubility is decreased from top to bottom. In case of sulfates of alkaline earth metals or carbonates of alkaline earth metal, which is more soluble, means BeSO4 is more soluble. BeSO4 is more soluble. Like this, size of ions influence the lattice enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy is inversely proportional to solubility. Okay, hydration enthalpy is directly proportional to solubility. It is a very, very familiar point. Okay, very important point. Clear? And let's we solve some IIT previous questions asked in the previous papers. The question is, the lattice energy of ionic compound depends upon dash. The options are charge of the ion only, size of the ion only, packing of the ion only, charge and size of the ion only. Okay, so this question is asked in the year of 2015 AIEEE exam. Okay, 2015 AIEEE exam. So already we discussed in the previous slide, the lattice energies depends upon charge and size of ion. That's why the correct option is D. The correct option is D. Okay, already I told it is a very familiar point in the previous slide. Okay, this is about the ionic bond and their properties. I hope you are understood very well. Okay, thank you very much. Yours Erramneni Narasimharao.